Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Kuku Wach. I'm Erick Omondi Onyango sitting in for Mbaka. You can join this conversation in our social media platforms using Facebook, Oloo TV, Instagram, Twitter at Oloo TV at Erick Omondi, or you can live stream our conversation www.oloo.tv/live. Then you keep the conversation going. Today we are going to take a break on politics and talk about matters environment, matters affecting our lives in Kenya, matters green Kenya, and with me is Dr. Halima from Red Cross. Karibu Daktari.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Halima and the Red Cross fraternity are planning to plant 5 million trees in just an hour, just to beat the Philippines record of 2.5 million trees in an hour, which was planted there to be in the Guinness World Record, and are also planning to plant 2.5 billion trees by 2020. Daktari, can you tell us why are you planting trees, and why is it this plan of only trees and not any other thing?
Okay, it's not only trees. There are many more things in addition to the trees, and this falls under an umbrella of a program called Sustainable Environmental Restoration Program. This program has 4 components. The first one is actually not planting. I stand to correct this.
Yes.
We are actually growing trees. And our goal is to grow 2.5 billion trees by 2020 in contribution to the Vision 2030 of Kenya acquiring actually 10% of forest cover. And there are a number of components in addition to the tree growing. There's waste management, there's climate change, early warning and early action, as well as education and awareness with respect to environmental issues. So it's not only trees, but there's more.
There's more.
Yes.
And what impact will this have in our environment, our climate change?
Okay. There are a number of impacts, but we know that our biggest challenge that we're going through as a country is actually desertification, as well as with respect to flooding. When there is rain, it's too much. And then when there's no rain, it's a longer time of not having rain. So forest cover is crucial. And most of the places where we are planning to actually grow trees is the areas that are either our main catchment areas or our local catchment areas. So in addition to just growing the forest, we are going to contribute towards combating desertification as well as provision of water.
Okay, so just to highlight the specific areas you are looking at, or you are looking at the countrywide, or there's some specific areas you are looking at to grow these trees?
Okay, with respect to SAP, which is a short for the Sustainable Environment Restoration Program, we are looking at planting trees all over Kenya. And we are actually targeting mainly the degraded environment. So we'll start with the degraded environment, go to farmland, go to urban centers in terms of beautification. So it's all over Kenya. But with respect to the breaking of the Guinness World Record of the most trees planted in an hour, we are looking about 17 counties with respect to the rainfall patterns. We are actually targeting the short rains. Yes.
So just to let us know, when are you starting planting these trees, and when will this tree planting challenge begin? Is it this year?
Okay. In terms of the bigger umbrella of SAP, we've always been growing trees. Yeah. Okay. As Kenya Red Cross, this program has many partners, not only Kenya Red Cross. As Kenya Red Cross being a key partner, we've started planting, restoring the degraded environment in Dadaab, which started in 2014 when this program was actually launched. But with respect to this challenge of actually breaking the Guinness World Record, we plan to plant in November.
In November this year?
Yes.
Okay, then which other institutions are you working with? You're saying you are not alone, but you're just the pioneers of this program.
Yes, the SAP program has actually, when it was launched in 2014 by the CS of Environment, Professor Wahungu, it had 3 partners: Kenya Red Cross Society, International Federation of the Red Cross and the Red Crescent Society, as well as the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources and water. Then now we know water has moved.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's another app which you recently launched.
Yes.
For planting tree, Adopt Tree.
Yes.
Adopt Tree app.
Yes.
Please let us know how it's working and how a normal Kenyan can participate in this planting tree.
Actually, as Kenya Red Cross, as well as key partners of SAP, we thought we need to make Kenyans actually own this process of tree growing, on this process of actually restoring the environment and conserving it. So we thought, how can we go about that? Let's start slowly. So we thought about having an app where people can actually adapt a tree. Not just plant, but adapt a tree. Adapt a tree for about 3 years. Because after 3 years, the tree will have actually grown and it doesn't need people to actually take care of it. So we came up with this app, which is under the Kenya Red Cross app, for one to actually adapt a tree at 350 shillings. So you just download the Kenya Red Cross app, which is free. And in that Kenya Red Cross app, you'll find a link that is written, plant a tree. You click that link. So far, we've put different localities in Kenya that are key or rather crucial to Kenyans, not just a county, but Kenya as a country, where we actually need to restore. So we'll find different areas that have been chosen based on the urgency in terms of restoring the environment, and you can actually decide where you want to plant the tree.
Oh, fair enough. Can you just tell us that process of just planting a tree? If you, after clicking that up, you can just tell our viewers. Your camera is there.
Yeah, all right. When you either if you have an Android phone or an iPhone, you go to the Apple Store or the Google Store or the Play Store. You will download it's Kenya Red Cross, but it's the initial of Kenya Red Cross Societies, KRCS. It's an app and it's free. Once you download the app, you'll have in addition to planting trees, there are other things that you'll find in the app, like the emergency alert, donation of, if you want to donate to Kenya Red Cross, if you want to donate blood and stuff like that. So there are many things in that. So with respect to this planting of tree, there's a link that is written plant a tree in that app. You click that link, it takes you to select a location. There are a number of locations. Those locations are very critical. They may not fall in maybe in your county or stuff like that, but it's an ecosystem that serves Kenya as a whole. So you'll choose where you want it to be planted. Per tree is 350 shillings. If you want to buy more than a tree, you'll select how many you want to plant. Then once you select the payment method, either by M-Pesa or by credit card. For example, if you choose the M-Pesa, and it will tell you proceed to plant, and then you'll be requested to put on your Bonga PIN number, which is also the service PIN number. If you don't know your Bonga PIN number, it will direct you on how to actually get your PIN number, and then you just pay for the tree. The thing is, the reason why you want people to actually plant the tree or adopt the tree through the app is because we want people to actually monitor. It's a sense of accountability for us as well, because you've given us your money, as well as for us to count how many trees have been planted by 2020 with respect to our target of planting 2.5 billion. Yes.
Oh, so how will this combat desertification in Kenya, in our country? Desertification has been a big problem to us.
I think one of the biggest issue of desertification is because we're actually cutting down trees. So if we replace what we've cut down, we'll reduce desertification, because now there'll be no erosion, there'll be no bare land. Yes.
So what are some action which you think or should be taken to those who with this unscrupulous behavior, cutting down trees without planting others, referring to that rule or that policy of cut one, plant two, and we are seeing many people just cutting trees, they're not planting. What action should be taken?
I think the laws are very clear of the actions to be taken. The policies are very clear. It's high time we walk the talk. Yeah, just implement the laws and implement the policies. Yes.
Implementation has been an issue. What's going to change this time around? Because it has been said over and over again, but the issue of implementation has been a bigger issue.
I think I'll respond with respect to my thoughts, but not as Kenya Red Cross.
Okay.
I think there has to be a sense of ownership. If you own something, then you don't want to destroy it. Because I don't think you'll want to come and break down your house because you own it. So we need to start owning these trees and start owning this forest and start owning this environment.
Yeah, Red Cross has always been known for just coming up during a disaster. Desertification being a disaster now in Kenya? Is it a national disaster?
No, I think Red Cross does more than what we see on TV or rather on media, in terms of, I mean, we respond, that is our mandate. We are auxiliary to the government, so we respond in terms of disaster. But we do a lot of programs it's called risk management. We manage the risk before it happens. And that's where this program comes in. Yes.
It's not another venture of Red Cross. It's just, it has been there, but it has not been the limelight.
No, it's not another venture, because we do a lot of programs on livelihoods and food security. We do a lot of programs on environment and climate change. We do a lot of programs on risk management, a lot of programs in health, water and sanitation, which we don't see it in media, because what we see in media is mostly when we respond. Yes.
Okay, so how will this help in food security and changing the livelihoods of Kenyans?
Remember, when you plant trees, you're going to change the eco-environment of that area. Okay, and we're not only planting trees in terms of forest trees, we're also planting economic important trees with respect to agroforestry. So we're also planting trees that can give people food as well as source of income. Yes.
So how is it in line with the Vision 2030? Because you are saying by 2020 you want to plant 2.5 billion trees.
Yes.
How is it in line with the
Vision 2030? Remember, Vision 2030 wants to achieve 10% forest cover.
Forest cover, yes.
And for us to achieve that 10% forest cover, we need to plant about 7.25 billion as a country. So this 2.5 billion will contribute towards that. because these are Red Cross implements government agenda. So that 10% forest cover is a government agenda, or rather a government development goal. So we'll be contributing towards that. It's not only the government is supposed to plant.
So are you getting any support from the government on this?
Yes, we are, because remember I told you the key partners of this program is the Ministry of Environment.
Yes.
The fact that the ministry is in, that is the support from the government, yes.
Okay, so how are you planning, how will this initiative eradicate poverty in Kenya and control the rapid population growth?
Okay, in terms of poverty, remember we'll be planting more than just trees. We'll be planting trees that will bring in money. We'll be planting trees that will bring in food. We'll be planting trees that will give them firewood. We'll be planting that will give them charcoal and stuff like that. So that will reduce poverty, because instead of them spending money maybe to buy charcoal or to buy firewood and keep distracting the environment, we look for specific species that will be contributing towards that. Some people will actually establish nurseries, because we want to also support the production of seedlings. So from the establishment of nurseries, they can sell these seedlings and get income.
Yeah.
So towards that, I don't know how that is going to link in population reduction, but maybe because we'll be too active.
This rapid population growth.
We'll be too busy to be making babies or stuff like that.
Yes, because if we have a larger population, some trees must be cut down.
That's true. That's
true. Yeah. People have to living space.
Yeah.
People want to farming, agriculture,
Yeah, but we have a lot of land that we need actually to restore in the country. About 5.1 million hectares. Yes. So there's enough for the population as well enough for the trees.
So, what's your advice to the general public about the issue of the green Kenya? If we want a greener Kenya, what's your advice to our viewers? What's the public we want to do?
I think my advice to the general public is we need to start owning this process. Okay, we need to start respecting the environment and contributing towards it. Let's not leave it to the government. It all starts with us.
So how did this initiative start, by the way? Because you are comparing the Philippines, they planted 2.4 million in an hour,
right.
And they are the people who are still in the Guinness World Record.
Okay.
How did you come up with this initiative? Or you just looked at the Guinness and you said, we also want to be there?
No, I think we had a goal, and the goal was to get 2.5 billion trees.
Yes.
In a very short time. How do we get that? Let's come up with the different activities of actually fast-tracking this process. And one of the things that came out is, can we compete about it and bring Kenyans together? Because we cannot do it alone. We need Kenyans to come on board. We need every individual from all walks of life to come on board. Then we thought, okay, let's see what is happening in the world. Because sometimes you don't have to learn from the worst, you can learn from the best as well.
Yes.
And that's how we came up with it. We saw what Philippines did, and a month and a half ago we saw what India did. Why not us? Yes.
So you said it will be starting in November, this tree planting challenge. You said 17 counties. Can you just select the county or you said Kiambere Dam? You will be starting with Kiambere Dam?
We'll okay, I can count. We'll do a bit of Nairobi County, Kajiado, Narok, Nakuru, Kericho, Baringo, Embu, Machakos, Kitui, Tharaka Nithi, Meru, Lamu, Taita Taveta, Kilifi, Kwale, Marsabit, and Samburu.
Okay, that's just 17 counties, meaning you will just go further and plant it countrywide, yeah?
Yeah, for the 5 million for the 5 million challenge, we'll be doing it in 17. But then we want to do more challenge, the 12 hours, the 24 hours. It's out there for people to do, not only us. Some other group of Kenyans can come up and say, okay, let's try and break the 12 hours and stuff like that. So we'll do all over the country to get the 2.5 million. Billion.
The 2.5 billion by 2020.
Yes.
And this 5 million trees in an hour you will do in these 17 counties.
Yes, the 5 million will do it in the 17 counties.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Halima, for having time to come and discuss with our viewers this time. So we hope that we'll be in touch to get how this process goes on. Getting 5 million trees in an hour is not an easy job, and with the support of the Ministry of Environment, your support and the support of the media, we hope that we will achieve it, and by 2020 we will have 2.5 billion trees. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, that's it. This conversation still continues on our social media platforms. You can send in your comments or any other thing you want through the number on your screen, or you can just go to our Facebook page, Oloo TV, Instagram at Oloo TV, Twitter, Erick Omondi, at Lolwe TV. Also, you can find us there. That's it from me, and till next time, I'm Erick Omondi Onyango. Thank you for watching Kuku Wach.